Hi everyone to Calcioverse. Today we're talking about transfers and the hottest rumors in football with Nirmal and Kartik and me. We have prepared a little presentation about the top football players that have been already in place to play in a new team. We also talk about some of the hottest rumors in the European Football League, and we will discuss how high the chance someone has to move on and how important it is for the respective club to get those players. Nirmal, we have here Haaland as the top transfer so far in the summer with 60 million now to Manchester City. Guys, what do you think about that transfer?
So finally, Manchester City, they have a striker now. So we can just imagine how PL is going next season. Manchester City with the striker. Without striker, they won Premier League. And the difference was actually one of the biggest difference when you compare that with Manchester United. So I think this is going to be a cracker of a deal. And now the most goals between all these elite strikers, this competition has also become very, very tight. We have Haaland, then we have Nunez, then we have Ronaldo, of course. So what a signing! Especially I'm very happy Haaland playing for City. It suits his profile. It suits the attacking mindset. How Pep wants their player to play. Big, giant, very good at headers, tackles, etc. So I think it's gonna be an amazing season coming season. Yeah,
I completely agreed. I think with the kind of service that Haaland is going to get from all the midfielders and the fullbacks of Manchester City, it's unimaginable how good he can be. Like the world is the oyster for this guy. He has everything at his disposal. The good thing is in Premier League, there would be a lot of good competition. So Haaland would be able to compete with the top defenders in the league and also in the Champions League. Then it's a big step up for him to go from Dortmund to a City where they are going to compete for the titles and also fight in the Champions League. Good to show his potential. I think it's a great move. The only thing that surprises me is the fees. I think 60 million for Haaland. I think that's too less. What do you think?
It's a great deal. It's a great deal.
I would say so too.
Yeah. No, I think at the end, Haaland really wanted to play for City. They were interest from Barcelona. They were, of course, interest from Liverpool and then United as well. But Haaland wanted City, and because I think his dad also used to play for City long back. So this is what he wanted, and yeah.
One another thing that I saw is that they replicated a picture of Haaland in the City shirt as a kid and now as a player. They tried to replicate it. I think it was something like 8 years apart, maybe in 2013 and 2022, 8 or 9 years apart. But they tried to replicate that. And they were quite a thing from City.
I'm very interested to see how the chemistry between the coach Pep and him will work out, because for me personally, when a striker moves to his teams, there's always this tension, and we have Ibrahimovic as one of those examples in the past where it didn't work out, and I'm very curious to see how that works out for Haaland in the end. Moving on to our next top transfer today, which is my personal favorite, Darwin Nunez, going to Liverpool with an even higher fee here. The most interesting and preferable transfer that we did this summer, and there's certainly more going on. Guys, what do you think about this player?
Honestly, I watched him just last season when he was playing for Champions League, of course, with Benfica, and he was someone who was looking very, very attacking and very dangerous in front of goal. I was actually surprised to see his speed, his physicality, and I think he was playing this game against Barcelona, and because of course it was Barcelona. And then I also recently got to know a very interesting story about him, that Suarez actually wanted him in Barcelona in 2019. He discussed about this young boy from Uruguay, but Barcelona board, they did not pay attention to this guy. But I think this is a great signing again. It's just that when you speak about the fees of Haaland, then you also need to mention about the surprising high fee of Nunez going to Liverpool. This suits what Klopp wanted, especially when Sadio Mane is moving out, and also the contract situation of Mohamed Salah is yet not clear. This is someone who will provide them an edge in front of goal, especially in terms of headers. When you see the match against Real Madrid, they were doing everything, but it was not converting. I think Nunez can, at that point of time, he can add that added arsenal to Liverpool. So yeah.
I think completely agreed with you. I think with Firmino becoming a little bit older, I think, and also Diego Jota as the second striker, usually he comes off the bench. I think Darwin Nunez would be the starting point. And also Sadio Mane moving to Bayern. So this fits Klopp's system, I would say, because he wants that striker, that false nine kind of a player who presses quite hard at the defenders to make this gegenpressing work. So, and it's a good move for Liverpool, I guess. Klopp will try to integrate him in the system, and maybe Liverpool fans can trust him because he usually makes the player work. So I think if the striker scores goals, then the fees goes out of the air. It doesn't matter how much they paid, but at the end of the day, if they're getting the goals, the big ones, that's what matters.
All right.
Me personally, I have one comment only to Nunez. I was very happy for the transfer. I'm also very excited to see what he brings on to the table. I think personally, the remark that he made when he joined us, that he was joining Liverpool for the respective cups and for the trophies, instead of talking for Liverpool as a club, that was the only thing that was a little bit disappointing, that he didn't talk too much about the club and he's just joining us to win trophies. But maybe this arrogance will help us to win one more trophy next season. Going now to, I think we're jumping now to the next league. Next transfer on our list at the Premier League is with Ivan Perisic, someone that moved from Inter Milan to Tottenham Hotspur. And Nirmal, you have your mind already set up for this transfer. What do you think about that?
It's a free transfer. Firstly, very nice player, attacking player, going to play for Antonio Conte, and we need to watch for Tottenham. They're going for the Premier League trophy, or at least they're going for Champions League or FA Cup. Let's see. But very promising, very nice signing. So I think Karthik will
each other. They know each other as well, coach and player.
Yeah, maybe if I talk about Tottenham, if they buy 2 more players from Serie A, they will be the 21st team in Serie A. The way they have bought from Serie A Italian market, it's like half of the team is from Italian league. But yeah, Ivan Perisic, really good player on the wings, can play as a wing back as well, as he did in Inter. Knows Antonio Conte really well, and the technical director of Tottenham, Fabio Paratici, who's from Juventus, is finding these talents from Italy and trying to bring them all here. So because he has good connections with Inter as well, from Beppe Marotta. So this was a good deal for Tottenham, and I think Conte will find good value in how to fit Perisic in his system and get a great system rolling there.
Moving to the next and last transfer from the Premier League, and certainly one that is to be recognized because this is a very, very recent one with Gabriel Jesus. A 5-year contract, a long-term bind with this transfer. Nirmal.
Yeah. £45 million signing amount. Decent transfer, I would say. Let's see, it was always coming because when you have Haaland in the team, and then you also have an Argentine striker who is coming from Boca Juniors, I think, very, very big name. Coming to City, then you do not have much space and much chance to play for the first team. So I think it's a good, decent transfer, but let's see how it will, it will result. Nothing much to say in this.
I have one question to the two of you. Do you think maybe also because of Haaland now to Manchester City that this move was somehow, obvious for him to change?
Yeah, we have seen this last year itself that even Pep was not playing with a striker, but still Jesus has played relatively less games. So being now, playing with Haaland, then it's very difficult for, signing for the playing for the first team and starting for the team especially. So I think it's a good move to Arsenal, especially for him. And let's see how Gunners will take this, in their arsenal.
Moving now to La Liga, and with Aurélien Tchouameni, we have the very highest transfer in today's hot list of transfers. Guys, he is moving to Real Madrid. Highest bid so far for a player on our list. What do you see in him as a defensive midfielder?
I think coming from Monaco and this guy also having a huge presence in the field, he's almost 1.9 meter tall. And I think Real Madrid is now utilizing the money that they haven't signed, they haven't used for Mbappe, of course, and then Tchouaméni coming to midfield. So Real Madrid's midfield is about to, sorry. So they are how do I say this? So they're they're like a wine, right? So, but they will retire. So we can see Modric and of course Cruz. Cruz we have seen in the last season playing very less compared to Modric and Casemiro. Cruz has also been replaced more frequently compared to Modric and Casemiro. So it's a very good signing, I think. But again, we can always argue about the fees. 80 million euros. Let's see what this guy brings to Real Madrid in La Liga.
It's a big question. Where would he really fit? So if we say he's a defensive midfielder, then does he replace Casemiro? Because then Casemiro is going to start as a defensive midfielder if he's there fit. So he's going to replace either Modric or either Cruz, or he's going to come off the bench like Camavinga or other midfielders from Real Madrid. But he's a good prospect. I think Real Madrid are thinking in a forward direction. He's a young player. Fee market today. These are the fees that goes around for a player who in one season, and then a lot of big clubs come and try to raise transfer. Let's see. I think Carlo Ancelotti will find a way to grow him and embed him in this star-studded Madrid midfield.
With this, moving on to our next player, we have Antonio Rüdiger. I have met him once in Stuttgart. Antonio Rüdiger, free transfer this season, moving now also to Real Madrid. Think he's really happy with the transfer. What about you guys? What do you see in him?
He's very happy. It was actually he actually got mesmerized with 14 Champions League trophy behind him. So I think Antonio Rüdiger and shithousery, football shithousery goes hand in hand. So it's an added advantage, and this is what Real Madrid also likes to play. We also remember the likes of Pepe and Ramos, and now there was a gap in the character of Real Madrid defense, and Rudiger will add that value to them. Of course, he's a very nice and very attacking defender, I would say. So very good signing for him and for Real Madrid. Big loss for Chelsea. That is it from my side. And then Karthik, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a good player. I think having won the Premier League and also great experience, won the Champions League as well. So Antonio Rudiger brings a really valuable experience in the Real Madrid centre-back pairing. Not sure with whom will he pair, because we have a lot of option with Militao over there. You have David Alaba as well, who plays as a centre-back. So we'll have to see with whom does he play. And talking about Chelsea, now Chelsea has lost Antonio Rudiger and Christensen, if I'm not wrong. So they would be, I think Cesar Azpilicueta may be leaving as well, if I'm not wrong. So they are looking to go for some centre backs in the market. And the rumor that we have recently heard in this week is Matthias de Ligt. So Chelsea are offering Juventus is like 40 million plus Timo Werner. So we'll have to see how this thing develops over the next coming weeks, and let's see if Juventus are willing to sacrifice the centre back for a striker.
I think so far we have with Haaland as the player that left the Bundesliga. We have now with Mané the player per se that is now coming to the Bundesliga, the biggest transfer so far. We have with 32 million, Bayern Munich made a big deal out of it. I think Mane is very happy with the move. I'm very curious to see how this will work out. Kadik, I'm also very curious about your opinion here.
I don't see any reason why this will not work out. I think going from a Liverpool, very high pressing team, very fast-paced team, to Bayern Munich, which competes at the top of Bundesliga with not much competition, I think he should be giving good goals and assists and really good output in Nagelsmann's team. The really question that we would be asking here, will he able to take this to the Champions League? Because I think this was also a question raised that is a Bayern Munich team the right option for Sadio Mane in terms of his development? Like he's also there, but then in terms of how much he can produce. So we'll have to see on that. Other than that, I think this would be a perfect transfer for Bayern. Like he has goals and assists all written all over him.
Yep, such an amazing year for him. In fact, because he just won the African Nations League. What do you say that, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Africa Cup of Nations. He was also man of the tournament, and then he almost had a shot to Real Madrid's goal, but yeah, that's done and dusted. So very impressive signing. I think it's good for both Bayern and Mane as well. So let's see what holds.
Mm. Our second transfer in the Bundesliga is with Mario Götze, someone that is now coming back to the Bundesliga. And I think Frankfurt made a very interesting deal here with him. Guys, what's your brief opinion about him coming back to the Bundesliga?
I think it's more about Frankfurt rather than about Mario Götze. Frankfurt catching the limelight of big transfers across the this universe of football is a big thing. Of course, they won the Europa League, and that is why everyone is talking about Frankfurt, and no one knew about this team. Sorry, no offense, like a couple of months back, 6 months back maybe. So let's see what this brings. And like you mentioned about defender, who I think there's a small controversy which was running behind him. 29 years old, but he still had to retire from active footballing career. So good luck to him.
I think Götze's career is a kind of a mystery because he was a quite rising star, moving from Dortmund to Bayern and then scoring the World Cup final goal. He was a guy who was going to. We thought that he was the next guy, but then somehow down the line made few moves to German teams and then moved to Eredivisie, now coming back to Bundesliga. So it's a point to prove for Götze right now that he's still up there at the game, and let's show that he can also do it.
Moving now also to the Serie A, I think this is by far the most interesting transfer from a financial standpoint with Romelu Lukaku. I call him Lukaku, by the way. I think this is the way how you pronounce it in the best way. With Lukaku now going back to Inter Milan. And Nirmal, your point here, or what's your opinion here with especially the financial aspects?
Apart from the financial hit which Chelsea is struggling to go through, it is also remarkable to see that Lukaku has also taken a pay cut to go to and play for San Siro. So this is very interesting. This also questions, is this a right? If this was a right signing for Chelsea, we were given all kinds of dream that this is going to be next Drogba in Chelsea, but I think it has fallen flat. Apart from, and we have seen a few of the incidents, not just on the football ground, but also on the training pitch, wherein Lukaku had problem with the coach, and this was coming. And it is also very surprising that Inter Milan is okay to take him back. But I think let's see how. I think it is good for everyone, all the parties. It's just that it is actually very funny on Chelsea's behalf that you sign a player and then you send them to your rival just after a season, and that too on loan. So good luck to all the teams, all the parties here. I think Karthik has some important point to make here.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Like Lukaku takes a pay cut here as well, a good pay cut as well. And the thing with coach is Thomas Tuchel did not gel really good with Lukaku, in the sense Lukaku was not able to get really well with Thomas Tuchel here. And that is what was that led to this breakout. But kudos to Beppe Marotta, like got 115 million from Lukaku and then got him back a year back. Like if someone wants a deal like this, I think it's not going to be possible. So it's a kudos to him and Inter Milan for making this deal. One thing that I would like to mention here is that from the message from the Curva Sud, the Inter fans, passionate fans, they have mentioned that Lukaku will not be getting any boos or any welcomes when he comes back. So he has to kick the ball and run. So he has to make his talking on the pitch, and then maybe he can earn the respect of the fans, because there was a lot of back and forth when he was in Chelsea that he was apologetic to Inter fans, and Inter fans were really pissed about it. And that is what has led to this move. On to Lukaku, let's see how does he perform in the league. I think under Antonio Conte, he was a beast. Under Simone Inzaghi, I'm not so sure how he performs because he will not have the backing of Antonio Conte, and it's up to Inzaghi to make him work now.
Yeah, what is important or what is remarkable here is a similar kind of incident happened when he was playing with Manchester United. He played them with them for 2 seasons, and then he moved to Inter. Of course, Inter was a big success for both the parties. But again, we have seen the same situation at Chelsea. So maybe this is the final time that we are seeing him in Premier League, and I don't think any club would be signing him back to Premier League.
The only thing is if Chelsea want to sell the player, and who's going to pay maybe close to 100 million if they are trying to sell it at least loss. I don't think anybody's come up with the value. So it is for the Chelsea solution that they have to give him on a loan away, and Inter are there to take him. So it's a good deal for Inter.
Dybala is our next and last player for transfers today, also for the Serie A. He is in talk to move to Inter Milan as well from Juventus. For me personally, which is always a big controversy if a player moves between those two clubs, especially in Italy.
I think in Italian football, it is in the history that if a player moves from Juventus, Inter, and Milan to and fro and plays in all the three clubs, the player is a legend. Let's say Ibra, let's say Andrea Pirlo, let's say maybe Roberto Baggio, and these are the names that are associated with it. The thing is with Dybala is that now Lukaku coming in the mix. I don't think Inter are going for Dybala now because if they play their system with the 3-5-2 with 2 wing backs and 2 strikers, Lautaro Martinez and Lukaku take up the place and Dybala don't have anything right up there. Also, they have signed Henrik Mkhitaryan and they have Hakan Çalhanoğlu, so they do not even have a position in the attacking midfield that they'll be able to accommodate Dybala. So it's a really difficult move, I guess, right now with Lukaku signing. We would have thought that Dybala would have had a lot of suitors, but it's not the case. Let's see what happens in the...
There's a very strong interest from Tottenham. Once again, like you said, that Conte is attracting a lot of Serie A talent.
Yeah.
So I just read a news that 79% probability is now, and it has gained in past week, that the interested club is now Tottenham, and the interest from Inter Milan, like you have said, is now declining. So let's see what happens in next couple of weeks.
If he wants to leave Italy and indeed go to England to do such a transfer eventually.
Yeah, and there is also Manchester United who are looking for good strikers or someone at the front. So all options open for Dybala.
The only thing with Dybala is that we do not know what his position is. Yeah. He's not a proper striker. He's not a kind of attacking midfielder, not a winger. So he's somewhere between kind of a center forward. So it all depends on the manager and the system, how the managers want to accommodate him.
Numa, I think we have now our 4 remaining hottest rumors in the Football League. We have Di Maria on the left-hand side with De Jong on the right-hand side. We will talk about Ronaldo and we will certainly talk about Sterling.
Yeah. I'll go with Di Maria. Di Maria, what a fabulous player. He can play as a winger. He can play as an attacking midfield. He can also be a very nice striker as well. We have seen him winning the Copa America for Argentina. Very nice player. His time was ending at PSG, and now there is a very strong interest from Juventus, being also linked from Barcelona. But Barcelona is now becoming the retiring home of a lot of big names. So I don't know if they are going to sign him for just 2 or 3 seasons. But very nice player. I like him very much. I still think that if he would have played that 2014 finals against Germany, then the result would have been very different. I strongly believe that.
As we know, I think De Jong rumor has been floating around since the transfer market started. Ten Hag wants him in the midfield, and United are quite after him. Latest reports from Fabrizio Romano says there are contract negotiations going on, but the player does not want to leave Barcelona.
Yeah,
and United are quite pressing on this transfer. Let's see how it develops, but depending on the financial situation of Barcelona as well, this move will make more sense if they try to let go of De Jong and try to invest in other areas that they want to reinforce.
Yeah, the player doesn't want to play for someone who is not playing Champions League. Of course, he will not be getting Champions League game time. but very nice player. And just that it is unfortunate that he cannot take the place of great Busquets as of now in the central midfield. So I think it is making much more sense if Barcelona can get 85 million euro. That is the demanding price that they're asking for Manchester United. I think it's a big amount that is needed to recover from the financial headaches. So let's see how it goes. Looking very promising now. In the last 2-3 days, there has been direct contact from both United and Barcelona. So
speaking of Manchester United, I think the biggest rumors occurring around Ronaldo at this point of time, at least 2 clubs have been named in the previous 2 days, with Bayern Munich as one of those clubs. We also have Chelsea. We also have actually Roma. Those rumors, of course, haven't been confirmed, but they have been denied from Bayern Munich so far, that there's no interest to get Ronaldo from their side. Guys, do you have any other rumors that we have, or can you confirm any other rumors that we have talked about so far?
Why Ronaldo wants to change when the challenge becomes challenging? Maybe the lack of game time, the lack of Champions League game time, and Manchester United is actually not doing great business in the market. So the future is not looking very promising. So of course, Ronaldo, towards his last playing age, I think it is very important for him to make remarkable transfers and making important impact. So this is why he wants, but let's see how it goes. We also need to see what he provides to the team apart from mentality and everything else. So because of him, a lot of formation might have to change, because he doesn't press the ball. There is no doubt he scores for the team, and he will always score. But a lot of team, they need to change their playing style. So let's see how it goes. And I still think that he will end up playing for the Manchester United again for one season, at least for one season.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add here. When the transfer was made, I'm not sure whether it was consulted with the United managers and technical staff, whether they would like to take Ronaldo. It was just a move for the club and the branding that Ronaldo joined. But now it has become a little bit of a problem for United because they're not able to go forward in the project of young players. And Ronaldo has provided them escape routes in Champions League group stages and in the Premier League. So he has been their lone savior. Let's see how he performs next season with the service that he's getting. But I don't see Ronaldo in Europa League. I think that would be really disgusting to see Ronaldo in the Europa League. So I'm not so sure if he stays at United and plays in Europa, or he just plays Premier League. We'll have to wait and see here.
Going therefore to our last remaining rumor of the day, with Sterling from Manchester City currently in discussion to move to Chelsea.
I think it's again would be nice for him to move on from City. He has played with City. He has proved how nice he can be. And now again the signing of Haaland, and then I remember the name of the Argentine guy, Julian Alvarez. He's from River Plate. He's also a striker. So, and he's just 22. So Haaland, Alvarez playing and taking that front role from Sterling. So Sterling was also not a good striker option. He provides that very nice width to the team, but I think it's looking very promising now, since City also wants to offload a lot of their high-paying players, and if they are getting some decent amount from Sterling, so why not? So, and it's a great point for Sterling, because World Cup approaching, he needs to ensure that he gets the game time, so that he makes that approach and a very strong challenge to the starting 11 for England. So let's see how it goes. What do you think, Karthik?
I think we'll have to see how he fits in the Chelsea system. I'm not so sure what position he'll be playing. I think it should be the left wing position.
Yeah.
So Chelsea trying to move around few players and trying to accommodate him. Good move for him. He has spent quite some time in City, won quite some good trophies, a lot of Premier Leagues. New challenge, and we'll have to wait and see how this goes as well.
With that being said, that concludes our session today about our transfers and rumors in football so far. In case that we have further information, we might have an add up to our today's session. Guys, thank you so much for having you here talking about those rumors and transfers, and hope to see you next week again.
Yep. Thank you. Ciao.
Take care.
Yeah. So